is up, everybody? I hope you're doing great, and I've been waiting all weekend long to make this video. I'm super excited. I've been in the market for a classic Chinese slingshot, and it finally arrived in the mail today. I'm about to unbox this bad boy and get to shooting, and I wanted you to come along with me. Stay tuned. I'm super excited and appreciative that you've taken time to click on this video, and I wanted to say what's up to my subscribers, and I want to welcome new viewers. My name is Daniel Irvin. This channel is devoted to getting outside and having fun. I love weapons. I love a big long list of things, from slingshots to archery to knives, axes, guns, survival, and all of that fun stuff. If you find this kind of stuff interesting, helpful, or resourceful in any way, I'd be pumped if you'd subscribe to my new channel. I've only been around about 6 months, and I will greatly appreciate the love and support. Now let's get rolling. I got to tell a backstory. You know, I'm 43 years of age, but I'm still a big kid at the end of the day. I'm a playful guy. I use my imagination. My imagination has always been one of my special gifts. I grew up in the country out in the middle of nowhere. And I mean out in the middle of nowhere, and I thrived on imagination. I played in those woods, I played on those riverbanks. I was always using my imagination, and I'm still not much different today. My brother-in-law, several months ago, sent me this video of, it was like an Instagram reel. And in this video, it was like these empty buildings, like one after another, and they were separated by like a 50-yard stretch of distance. The buildings were empty. They were like concrete buildings. It looks like some kind of battle zone that you'd see in like Call of Duty or some kind of game like that. And this guy was running up the stairs in fast motion, and he comes to this window, and he's got these armored gloves on, like I like to use a lot. And he sets this little box down on the counter, and he takes out a slingshot that looks something like this. Look at that bad boy right there. I have never owned a slingshot like this before, but after I saw that video, I had to get me one. Now let me finish telling the story. This guy pulls out a slingshot like this. He opens up the case, he slaps on some loop tubes, he grabs some ammo, and man, he fires that slingshot, man, 50 yards at least across the way to the window in the building, across the view from where he was shooting. Dude hits a can from like 50 yards away, and the can busts wide open. Ever since seeing that video, the kid in me was like, I want one of those. I want to get one. And ever since then, I have vacillated on which one I was going to get, because I can be a big tightwad. You know, my desire for things sometimes is ixnayed by my tightwadness. And I just couldn't take it anymore. This weekend, I got the itch. I was watching a great YouTube channel called Slingshot Fever. You ought to check him out. He's very resourceful. He's got this slingshot very similar to this from GZK. So I went out and looked at some of their frames, and I didn't want to pay quite that much for this. I also did not want to pay for extra shipping and the amount of time that it would take to get to me. So I went out to Amazon and looked up this model. I don't know how to pronounce the brand unless it's Stawoo. It's S-T-A-W-O-O, made in China, of course, but it's just got that classic Chinese model look to it. A lot of the slingshots that you order on Amazon are made in China, but when I think about a real Chinese slingshot, this is what comes to mind, and I just wanted to add this to my collection. I also want to show you what else this thing comes with. It's packaged up very nicely. It comes in this little, you know, type of, I don't know what kind of material this is. It looks leather. Probably not. I'm not a leather expert. Comes in this bag, and you get, this is pretty awesome. Let's open this up. All right, so you get some loop tubes. They send you 2 sets of loop tubes. That's a nice pouch. That's a big pouch. You got these loop tubes that comes with it. These things are going to be super powerful. They send you 2 sets of those. They send you some flat bands, which I will not be using with this slingshot. I will not be using flat bands on that classic Chinese slingshot. These are very, very light practice bands. It'd be good for a rainy day in case I ever run out. But they also send these little plugs to be able to use these flat bands. So if you want to use flat bands on a classic slingshot frame, they send you plugs. They send you plugs to be able to use it. How cool is that? on top of all of that, they send a ton of ammo. And here's what's cool. I'm out. I'm like completely out of clay ammo right now. Matter of fact, let me see what kind this is. Yeah, this is just some clay. These are some clay rounds. I was completely out, so how convenient. Friends, I have never shot a slingshot like this, so this is gonna be a first time for me. I'm really, really pumped about this. I think this is probably gonna be an awesome speed shooter. I think a lot of people use these kind of slingshots as their speed shooter. I'm gonna bust a few rounds. Let's see how this thing does. All right, y'all, I am so excited to shoot this thing. I have never shot a slingshot like this before. Got a feeling it's not gonna be that much different, but I'm pumped nevertheless. Let's talk about these tubes. Good golly, these things are strong. I mean, like, look at that. And that's like 10 spaghetti noodles wrapped into one. And I'll be able to launch some serious heavy stuff out of this. Got my safety glasses on, especially shooting a new slingshot, unfamiliar territory. Got me an armored glove, just in case of misfire, I don't want to hit my hand. Let's get started. Here goes nothing, my friends. Getting it done. That's a wrap. So y'all, I don't just like this. I genuinely love this. I paid $18 for it. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's that classic Chinese frame. I got it in a couple of days. I'm already out here shooting it. These tubes are very, very powerful. I know I can use different tubes on it, and the tubes doesn't really have anything to do with the frame itself, but these are super powerful. I couldn't even shoot the clay out of them. I couldn't even shoot accurate. I put some 3/8 steel in here and was getting pretty accurate. I missed about 10 shots before I started making a connection. I just edit those things out. I do like to let the viewer know I'm not hitting it every time. I missed about 10 times before I started getting it dialed in. You know, with watch time, duration, and all that stuff, it's really wise to edit out the non-action sequences. When I'm doing editing, I try to edit out a lot of dead space with these videos so that it's always popping along the way. So I missed a lot of shots. I didn't want you thinking that I grabbed this frame and started dialing it in right away, because I didn't. I did improve greatly when I increased the ammo size. It was these tubes are too heavy for the clay. I couldn't even see where the clay was going. There's no telling where it was. My conclusion here is that if you want a slingshot frame like this, that's just that classic Chinese look, this is really good. You're not gonna pay an arm and a leg for it, and I think that it feels very comfortable. It is compact, but for what this is, that's what you want. I'm able to get my hand around this, and I've got good control over it. I'm looking forward to shooting this with some lighter bands, some lighter tubes. These things are super heavy. Be on the lookout this week for another really fun slingshot video, you guys and gals. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but a friend of mine here on YouTube, which I'll mention him in the next video, he sent me something to try out. I can't wait to make that video. Probably gonna make it sometime in the next couple of days. So be on the lookout. I hope you've got that bell clicked so that you get your notifications. I'm excited about this slingshot, and I'm glad to add this classic Chinese frame to my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What kind of success do you have with these kind of frames? Do you like shooting these? I'm extremely excited about this. I can't wait to turn this video off and play with it some more. So I want to hear from you in the comments about what kind of success you have with these. Take care.